Well, that was a little bit strange. Hey guys, Bill here. Hey, speaking of strange, you know, every week we get some really weird submissions from some of you guys. So what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to focus in on some of my favorite strange and weird submissions. Like this video that claims to show a dead dragon found on the beach, this bizarre video that is said to show a Jesus statue that blinks, a picture of pink slime that is supposed to be what McDonald's hamburgers are made of, and that doesn't even include some of the worst fake snakes ever, or the big story this week, which happens to be about this giant Lego man that washed up on a beach. It's going to be an episode from the weird side of YouTube, so don't go away. I don't know about you, but I've been a big fan of Legos ever since the first time I laid eyes on them. First developed by a Danish toy maker in 1949, they've become a worldwide phenomenon that includes books, movies, games, and even theme parks. But what is this all about? It was sent in by Sharon Davis and claims to show a giant Lego man that washed up on a beach somewhere. But is this picture for real? Or are we just looking at a little toy photoshopped into a big beach? Why don't we sift through some sand and see what we can find out?
Jeff Heineman was the first to spot Lego Man as he strolled the beach near Siesta Key Village.
I thought it was marine life, I thought it was a manatee or something like that because it was still, pitch black.
A little internet searching revealed some surprising information. There were numerous newspaper reports about a giant Lego man found on a beach, but guess what? It wasn't just one find on one beach, it was many finds on many beaches.
No one knows where he's come from or who sent him, but the strangest part about this, Jenna, is that this is not the first time it's happened. A few years ago, one of these guys washed up on the coast of Amsterdam, and the year after, in England.
Still another in Florida, Japan, even California had one.
Well, he comes in 8 feet tall, a lean 100 pounds, and no one is quite sure how he washed up.
It didn't take long to figure out this wasn't a simple real or fake. This was something much bigger, a real, bona fide mystery.
I kind of think it was from the UFO people. I really do.
My first thought was this must be some kind of viral advertising campaign from the Lego company. I sent them an email asking if they had any info they could share with me about it. Unfortunately, they haven't responded yet, which to me is just a little bit suspicious.
What's the problem? I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
Digging a little deeper, I came across some posts that said what we might be looking at is an art project. That's an interesting idea. Maybe what we're seeing here is something like that Volkswagen Beetle we found underwater a few weeks ago. You remember that? That turned out to be an art project. In that case, I found my answer in a museum. But in this case, the only thing I could find was a quote from a newspaper report. It said the Lego man that washed up in Japan had "No real than you are" written on its front, and on the back it bore the name Ego Leonard.
Here in Sarasota County, the investigation continues.
It was right about here that I finally decided to go to my research group, the Chewy Piranhas, because I was in way over my head. And thanks to them, I was able to come up with this, the official answer. But before I can tell you what's in here today, I think what we need to do is change the official question. I don't think we can do a simple real or fake on this one. So I think what we'll do instead is we'll do a multiple choice. Now, it's not as easy as real or fake, but it's just as much fun, so stick with me, okay? Is the giant Lego man A, part of a sneaky advertising campaign, B, a serious art project of some kind, or C, a big fat practical joke? Okay, what I want you to do is when I say go, I want you to pause the video, go to the comment section, leave your answer there, and then come back here and play the rest of the video to see if you're right or not. Now, as an alternative, you can always just vote right up here. I've got a real simple ABC up there too. You ready? And go. Okay, did you do it? Good, because in just a few seconds, I'm going to open this envelope faster than a mantis shrimp can solve a Rubik's Cube. But before we do that, let's just take a real quick look at some of the other weird stuff that's come in lately. First, we have a video that claims to show a real but dead dragon on the beach in the Philippines. It was first sent in by Clone Trooper, Afghan Heart, and Kathleen Faye de Guzman. Kathleen, is that Guzman as in El Chapo Guzman? Anyway, guys, as cool as it would be for this video to be real, it isn't. According to researcher Hans Andreas, it's just artwork from a Spanish artist named Juan Villa Herrero. Juan made it for a TV show, but also recorded a video of his creation, and that's where the fakes come from. You can see the original video on his Instagram account. Next, we have a video that claims to show a statue of Jesus blinking. Guys, I really don't have an easy answer for you on this one, but come on now. This trick is easy. To show us how easy it is to pull this little trick off is our visual effects expert extraordinaire, Peter Butler, from the Bubblegummonsters channel right here on YouTube.
Well, first of all, obviously you need something to film, like a statue, or I personally like stuff a bit creepy, so I picked up this really creepy looking clown from a charity shop. Anyway, so then you need to film it, and just like in the Jesus video, I made sure I only filmed from one spot. This makes it a lot easier to superimpose stuff over the top. We then paint in our blinks, and the computer can overlay these in the right place, even though our footage is moving. And that's it, one scary clown. It's then just a case of adding some spooky music, uploading it to YouTube, and watch as the fantastic comments come in. So fake, I could have done this in MS Paint. Back to you, Bill.
Thanks, Peter. Next, we have this picture. It was sent in by Lupe III Buenrosto, who wants to know if this really shows what McDonald's hamburgers are made of. Lupe, while the picture is real, it's actually called poultry paste, which was once used to make chicken McNuggets, not hamburgers. But all major fast food companies, including McDonald's, stopped using this stuff in 2012. The picture you see here was first posted on the internet in 2009. And speaking of 2009, isn't it about the same time the first giant Lego man washed up on the beach in Holland? Let's get through this quick, because if we don't, I'm probably going to start showing you some of the worst big snake submissions that ever came into Bill's channel, like this one, or this one, or even this one. And they're all, say it with me, so fake, it's funny! You know, sometimes I think you guys are, just pulling my leg with some of those submissions, because, who would think those are real? Please. And here we go. This is a long one. The pictures showing a giant Lego man washed up on beaches around the world have been examined by a panel of experts in art and advertising. It's interesting. After careful consideration, we have concluded. First, wow, there's a first. First, this is not a real Lego man because it's made from fiberglass, not Lego parts. Well, I didn't even think of that. Secondly, while the placement of the object at various beaches was to promote and advertise, it wasn't intended to advertise Lego itself. That's interesting. Instead, it was intended to promote a message unrelated to the product and therefore must be classified as, are you ready? It could be a practical joke or it could be a serious art project. Serious art project. Wow. Can you believe that? Another art project. But hey, don't go away, because the reality of what's going on here is even more interesting than the mystery. Thanks to Chewy Piranha researcher Eric Rivera, we learned the character actually has its own website. On the top page, it reveals the giant Lego man also goes by the name of Ego Leonard. It also reveals he's on a mission of sorts. If you read what's written there on the website, it says, My world has been flooded with fortune hunters and people drunk with power. And then it says it's made him interested in our way of life. Now, I don't know about you, but this whole thing sort of has this eerie echo of a 1950s movie that was recently remade. It's called Day the Earth Stood Still, and if you recall, it's about a spaceman who comes to Earth with this giant robot that kind of looks like our Lego man, and he's also interested in our way of life. A way of life that the spaceman says is hurting the environment.
Why have you come to our planet?
Your planet.
Taking a long shot, I sent an email to Ego through his website asking him about all this. And guess what? I actually got an email back. But the only thing he said was, "Hi Bill, nice to meet you. I am still swimming and trying to meet new friends all over the world. I am very curious where I will end up next. So many beautiful places in this world. I am happy. Signed, Ego."
It's not a Trojan horse kind of thing. It's not full of alien invaders, I hope.
Good question.
Okay, well, that's all the time I have for this video. I told you it was going to be weird. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for sending in all those terrific pictures and videos that you send me every week. Special thanks goes out to the Chewy Piranhas for all their great research, as usual. And a special thanks goes out to Peter Butler at the Bubblegummonsters channel for showing us that little trick with the blinking thing. If you want to check out more of Peter's stuff, which I urge you to do, he's got some great stuff, you can just hit the link up here or the one in the description box.